In 1920s England, Dorothy Eady, a young woman, had a near-fatal accident that left her unconscious for hours. When she finally awoke, her family noticed something had changed. Dorothy began speaking of a life she claimed to have lived in ancient Egypt, insisting she had been a temple priestess named Bentreshit during the reign of Pharaoh Seti I. Dorothy became obsessed with ancient Egyptian culture. She claimed she remembered vivid details about the architecture, rituals, and language. Despite never studying Egyptology, her knowledge astonished scholars. When she grew older, she moved to Egypt, where she visited the Temple of Seti I. There, she claimed to recognize secret passages and ruins that had not yet been excavated. Archaeologists were stunned when her descriptions matched their findings, proving she had knowledge of the temple's hidden chambers. Dorothy spent the rest of her life in Egypt, living near the temple and working alongside historians. Her story has left experts baffled, as they cannot explain how she knew such intricate details of a time 3,000 years ago. To this day, Dorothy Eady's claims remain one of the most compelling cases of reincarnation ever recorded. In the 12th century, a small village in Suffolk, England, witnessed a phenomenon that has puzzled historians for centuries. Two children, a boy and a girl, were discovered near a field. They were unusual, with green-tinted skin and clothes made of a material unlike anything villagers had seen before. The children spoke a language no one understood and refused to eat any of the food offered to them. Eventually, they accepted raw beans, which they ate ravenously. Over time, the boy fell ill and passed away, but the girl survived. As she adapted to her new surroundings, her green tint faded, and she began to learn English. When questioned, she explained that she and her brother had come from a land called St. Martin's Land, where it was always twilight, and everything was bathed in green light. She claimed they had wandered into a cave and emerged in the village. Scholars have debated the story for centuries, offering explanations ranging from alien visitation to children suffering from chlorosis, a disease that can cause a greenish hue. Whatever the truth, the tale of the green children remains one of England's most enduring mysteries. In 1954, a man arrived at Tokyo's Haneda Airport carrying a passport from a country that didn't exist. The passport looked authentic, complete with stamps from various countries, but the issuing nation was Taured. Immigration officials, baffled, questioned the man about his origins. He explained that Taured was a small country located between France and Spain, near Andorra. When officials pointed out that no such country existed, the man became frustrated and insisted they were wrong. He even produced maps to show the location of Taured, but in every instance, it was labeled as Andorra. The mystery deepened when his documentation, driver's license, checkbook, and work permits all seemed legitimate, yet tied to this non-existent country. Officials detained him in a secure room overnight while they investigated further. However, by morning, the man had vanished without a trace, despite being under constant surveillance. To this day, no one knows where he came from or where he went. Some speculate he was from a parallel universe, accidentally crossing into ours before returning to his own. In 1985, a commercial flight from Santiago, Chile, to Mexico City took an unexpected detour into mystery. Midway through the flight, the plane disappeared from radar, and air traffic control lost all contact. Fearing the worst, authorities launched a search, but no trace of the aircraft was found. Families mourned the presumed loss of the passengers and crew. However, 35 years later, in 2020, the same plane reappeared in Mexican airspace. The control tower at Mexico City International Airport was stunned when they received communication from the aircraft, claiming it was Flight 914. The pilots insisted it was still 1985 and that they were on schedule. When the plane landed, airport officials were shocked to find the passengers and crew alive and well, unaware that decades had passed. Scientists and aviation experts have debated the event, with theories ranging from a time loop to an interdimensional anomaly. While skeptics dismiss the story as fiction, others claim it's evidence of time travel. Regardless, the mystery of Flight 914 remains one of the strangest tales in aviation history. A painting called The Crying Boy became infamous in the 1980s when several houses in Britain reported fires. In every incident, the painting survived completely unharmed. Many began to believe the painting was cursed, and people were advised not to keep it in their homes.